Hi, and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. This is episode 86, and I'm Jessica, aka Naturally Nitty.
And I'm Allena, aka Starnets. Today is October 8th. This is our weekly podcast, so if this is your first time watching, thank you for watching. If you're a returning watcher, thanks for coming back.
So grab your knitting and knit along with us. Alright, so we're going to go right into Mojo.
I actually have Mojo.
Go for
Like, how many weeks have I not had it? Quite a lot. I finished my baby sweater that I was making for the baby shower on last Saturday.
Yay.
I had to finish it because the shower was on Saturday, and she really liked it.
Good.
So I don't have it, but there's a picture.
It turned out very cute. I like it.
Yeah. Well, I ran out of the salmon-colored yarn. Luckily, I had picked up that dark teal color too. I was just going to do like the outline of it.
Yeah.
But luckily, I picked it up because I ended up having to put like at least 2 inches on the sleeves.
Yeah.
And then I put like an inch on the bottom of the actual sweater. But it turned out really cute. And that pattern, if I had just outlined it with the color, it would have looked like a kimono, like for real. Like, I really do like that pattern a lot.
It's cute.
But she really liked it, and then there was a couple of other pregnant ladies at the shower, and they were like, I want one. You're coming to my shower. I was like, okay. So it was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But that's the only Mojo I have. How about you?
I made another market bag.
Did you actually write it down yet for me?
I did.
Okay, you need to give it to me because I have some market bags I need to make.
It's on my phone, so I just have to type it out like I did notes as I went along. And it's really simple. This one's a little shorter, but if you put stuff in it, here, let me put my water bottle in it. They like sag, because I was making them like really tall, and like they can fit a lot in there. I mean, if that's what you're going for, that's cool, but so, you know.
Cool.
But I ran out just as I was doing the I-cord edge on the top of red. I had like maybe that much yarn left. So I had to do the handles in black.
So this is like the week of running out of yarn.
I know, right? So, okay, so that's done. And that's all I have for finished objects.
Cool.
Moving on.
Works in progress. What are you working on currently?
I have socks for Gabe, which
those are cool.
I'm using Knit Picks Felici in the colorway Dockside when it was going out of it was being discontinued.
Yeah.
Sport weight, so it's on size 2 needles. So that's one thing. And I was just going to use them for cardio knitting, but I've been like I finished that market bag, so it's like my purse project right now, and cardio knitting, so I'm using it for both. I finally picked up my Newt again. I hadn't touched it in a week, or more, ever since our order missions went out, so I did a few rows today. Oh, I'm in the middle of a row, so I can't really, but I'm still not to like the part where I was when I ripped out. I probably have about 8 or 9 inches.
It looks good.
Yeah, well.
But it sucks though that you had to rip.
And I had to have up to the where you separate for the arms finished, because it's the fronts and the back all together in a flat piece. So that's another thing. But then I've been like kicking butt on my order mission. Let me tell you. Here, let me get this out of the way. Oh, I can't really open it up. I finished like it's top down. So you start and it's flat. So you go and you know, top down, separate, or put sleeve stitches on a holder, and then knit the rest of it.
Oh, that's really looking awesome.
So I can't even see if you can see it all. So I've got all the way down to the ribbing done. And these are like the flaps. Because it's a cardigan that goes, it like has big flaps and it'll go to each side. So I just picked up for the arms. So I have to do those, and then I have to do like 3 inches of ribbing around pretty much the whole thing.
Now, did you separate your skeins into 2 so the arms match?
No, but I'm knitting just from both sides of the ball.
Oh, well, that's what I meant.
So that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm starting almost to get worried. I have that skein that I'm doing, and then these 2. I don't know how much the arms are gonna take. Maybe like 2 balls total.
Yeah, are they really long sleeves, or are they just normal length?
I don't know.
Usually they take about 2, 1.5 to 2.
I mean, because I've already done, the cap, so I'm just going from here down. So I'm hoping it only takes 2 skeins. So I'm hoping it takes the one I just started and this one.
Yeah.
Because then I want the ribbing to be mostly in green.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Because this skein that I did not ball up is a little thinner. It was like either
Your
my
first one?
Second or third, but I was like carried away and was not checking my wraps per inch.
Yeah.
So it's a little thinner. It'll work if I have to use it. But I also have a partial skein because the green braid that I divided up, it was 5 ounces, where the other ones were all 4. So like on one of the balls that I was knitting, like it had just green and green on itself. So I stopped using it when I got to that point. So I figure if I can do that with the ribbing, that's my hopes.
Yeah.
Because then that'll all kind of like mesh well. Even though it's not really matchy anyways, because it's all striped and like you can totally tell where the different.
But it looks like it's supposed to be like that.
Skeins are. I like it. And that's probably why I've gotten so far. A, it's all stockinette. B, I love working with the hand spun. And C, it's the giant mashup sweater that I haven't used till now. So
yeah, and when I did that with mine, I wanted it to look like it kind of went together, but not really.
Well, and it does. I mean, you can see the different colors. It has the pink with the red and the purple, and then it has purple and pink with green, and then it has the purple and pink with some yellow, and then yellow and red,
Yeah, and it like stripes on its own, so it's really awesome how
especially because it's like such long rows, because you add, after you like stopped here, you added another like 40 stitches on each end. So they're like really super long.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it looks really cool.
Okay, it's like my wingspan. I could fly. Anyways, so I'm taking a break on this for a little while. I'm gonna get some classes done and my newt up to speed.
Cool.
That's the plan, anyways. Okay, what else? Socks, newt, ornament. That's it for knitting and crochet wise.
Cool.
Go.
Well, I am working on. Okay. I am still working on my blanket. It's getting big. Like, I've moved it up from one of my work in progress bags. It's now in my Sailor Moon bag.
Awesome.
So it's not completely portable, and it's really not cardio knitting easy either. So I think I need to start a project for cardio knitting.
Could you hang it like on the opposite side of your bike?
I kind of do. Well,
or is it still a pain?
Yeah. Like, I've been shoving it in the bag and then like hanging the bag and shoving the bag in the handle part, and it kind of works. Like, I kind of can do it, but it's getting to the point where it's like getting too big for that. And so I might, and it's not like I don't have 6 classes I need to do or not.
Right.
But I finally, like, Sunday, I'm so, like, seriously, remember me, Miss Pessimist?
Yes.
Pessimistic? I finally started my order mission.
Yay.
And I am loving it. Okay, I've only just started. So you knit a garter stitch.
I like that yarn. Collar?
Collar. And then you start on the pattern, this is the Shalom cardigan. And I just did a little bit of math. Like I went and I took my gauge on, actually I started on Saturday because I took my gauge on Saturday and then I did math. See, math. But it's the Shalom cardigan. So then there's these ribbing areas, but it's a twisted ribbing.
Yep.
So let me just tell you, purling through the back loop sucks butt.
Yep.
So bad. But for this pattern, it uses a bulky yarn, and I'm using a Cascade 220, which is a worsted weight.
Okay.
So I just had to do a little bit of math, and I'm taking notes. I'm going to update my project page so people who are knitting, like first on Saturday after taking gauge, I went and looked through the projects to see if anyone had notes, and a lot of people were like, I followed so-and-so's notes, and I followed so-and-so's notes. And then I finally was like, I am smart enough to do the math myself. I will do it instead of looking through these notes and wasting time. So I figured it out. Now, she has it for like, she starts it for like, I did the math for her version, and she did like a 20-inch neck, and I measured my neck, and I'm like, 20 inches is going to be really like choker tight.
Yeah.
So I did mine for 22 inches just because it's bigger. So, and I didn't want it up here. I wanted it down here a little bit. So yeah, but I'm right at the, and you increase, like, I don't know if you can see, like, so there's the stockinette, a ribbed portion, and then there's a garter portion.
Yes.
And that garter portion is when you increase.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, because I'm doing bigger, I might have an extra rib and garter portion before the stockinette to get it big enough for me, which I don't think will matter too much. I was looking through some of the patterns, and some people's did that, and I think when I do it, like, I don't know, can you see how wide the arms are there? I'm going to try to adjust that so it's not as wide, because if I have enough yarn, I would like to make sleeves.
Okay.
I kind of like sweaters with sleeves. So yeah, but that's all I'm working on knitting and crochet wise.
Cool.
So you spin me right round. I have nothing to speak of because the stuff that I've been talking about I haven't even touched.
Okay. All right. To start out, I dyed up all that fiber, right?
Yeah.
I made some Rolex.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so these are basically green, some dark and some lighter green with, it's like 50% alpaca.
That's cool.
The black alpaca that I cleaned up. And then, you know, some fun sparkly stuff. Then...
So, have you made me any at all? Because I really like those teal ones that you made a while ago.
The ones I just showed?
No, the other teal ones that you showed a couple days, like, on Instagram. Yeah.
These ones are more blue. Not necessarily teal.
No, before that. You were doing them before that.
I think there were these ones over here.
Oh, then yes, it's the teal ones.
Well, they're like, they have some teal, some aqua, some green. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah,
so that was the first one.
Like my colors. The underwater colors, those are me.
Yes. So then, here, I'll just hold up a few. These ones...
They're more blue.
Are more blue with a little bit of green. They're not 50% alpaca. But, they have some more sparkle in them and stuff.
Those are really, really nice.
But these are going to be for the shop.
Cool.
There's about 9 ounces of these bluish ones.
So you figure how you're going to package them up?
I think just in bags.
No, I mean, like, are are you gonna put them all in the same thing, or are you gonna separate them?
Oh, like to sell them?
Like 4 ounce segments.
I think 4 ounces. I've seen, and maybe you guys could weigh in. Most people do Rolex in like ounce or 2 ounce segments, which cool for you. But my thought is like the more the merrier.
And most of the time when you buy stuff, it's in 4 ounces, and you know what you can get out of 4 ounces.
Exactly.
Usually.
So I was thinking 4 or 4-ish, like the green ones, the teal green ones. Those I think it's 4.5 ounces.
Those are the ones I'm calling Underwater Party, and the blue ones are the Monet's Skies Reflection. That's what I'm calling them. You can name them that if you'd like. You don't have to.
Okay, I am horrible at naming things.
Well, you can use my names.
So then there's like 9 ounces of these bluish ones.
Okay. So you could separate them in.
I'll separate those in half.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, I mean, it's a lot. I like to look at them from that way.
Oh, that looks cool.
Anyways, okay, so I did and I also, well, I'll talk about those later. I'm also spinning, well, I haven't even touched it, so I won't talk about that. The Quick Quotes Quills, that's for Quidditch, which I should really just finish and be done with that. I picked out, does this count as spinning? I picked out a fiber.
Ooh, that's pretty.
That I'm going to spin for charms. And I'm going to concentrate on it and do sock yarn. It's also going to be for a swap partner. Because I think giving handspun is like the coolest gift you could give. Maybe. No?
No, I was going to say, I think I should do that too. Because I was sitting here trying to think of what to make for them. And handspun would be a good gift.
Yes. Okay, so, and she likes pinks and purples. So I figured that would kind of go in that category. I also made, hold on, I have to reach up here. Woo. Rolegs for, I'll just pull a couple out. This will segue into our gym segment.
Okay.
For our challenge. The prize Rolegs that I said I'd make.
Cool.
And they're more reddish and pink and orange, and I think of like a fire or something. I don't know. But yeah. And there's about 4 ounces of that. It's all in a bag.
Cool. I like.
So that's what I made. But yeah. And I've had to not make any more Rolegs and like force myself to not play so I can like finish other things. But they're lots of fun. And I think that's it.
Cool.
For me.
So that kind of goes into gym. So last week I did 3 cardio knittings, and this week so far I've done 1. Tomorrow I'll get up and do another one.
That's awesome. I did 2 last week.
Cool.
Which is better than none for the past like however many months. And I didn't do any yet this week. I was planning on doing it on yesterday. But I got a message saying I had to like have some stuff ready by today, so that didn't happen. And then today was all sorts of busy, so I just didn't. But I will tomorrow and the next 2 days after that.
I found out that I like got up and I didn't work out, but I put on workout clothes, and I ended up working out at night 2 times last week actually yesterday I worked out in the evening, like
I saw that
7:38, just because, you know, as the day gets going, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I could after podcasting. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I will get it in, and my goal is for 3 this week.
Cool. That's my goal too.
So, but yeah, lots of chatter in that thread, so that's exciting.
Yes, it is. And everyone reached their goal, so no prizes were up for grabs. I'm just kind of waiting to see the craziness if it does go up for grabs, to see who's like, oh, I claim that, and then see who claims the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it should be fun. Don't be bashful, because if it happens, do it before I do. Just
yeah,
kidding.
and so what happens with that is, if you didn't reach your goal, everyone else will get a chance to claim prizes, and they can only be switched once. Like, say you missed your goal, your orange fiber would go up, and someone say, I want that. You wouldn't be able to pick what prize you get until the very end, after everyone's had a chance at whatever prize is open.
Yeah, that's not cool.
But say the orange fiber goes up, and say Lamb Chop decides she wants it, so she would say, I want that. Then her prize would go up. If someone would want that, they would claim it. But you can't, like, someone can't come and say, oh, I want the orange one, and take it from Lamb Chop, because she
already picked it.
Yeah, and she reached her goal, so it's not up for grabs, if that makes sense.
Totally.
Like, I kind of want someone to, like,
fail?
Just so we can see what happens. Which I don't really want them to fail, because I think it's totally awesome what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, just to have the craziness. Maybe we can have a crazy mix-up day. I don't know. We'll talk about it. I'll put a poll in the thread and see if they want to do, like, halfway through, maybe, do a crazy mix-up and see if everyone can change up their prizes. But it'll be the same way, like, you can only claim it once type of thing.
Right.
I don't know how fair that would be, but, you know, because some people are probably like, no, I really want my prize.
Right.
I mean, all the prizes that are offered are pretty cool.
Yes.
So, whatever. Okay. Oh, we skipped sewing.
Sorry.
I have been doing some sewing. I got approval to sew for flying.
Okay.
So I'm going to sew for flying, and as well as
Another
transfiguration.
Yeah, I'm sewing for that one.
You didn't have to get approval for transfiguration because it's using a metal needle. But for flying, you needed corners, and I figured a lot of my stuff have corners. So I've got to take pictures of them, the bottoms of the bags and stuff. So I've started sewing some, because I'm, like, getting ready for my show in November, so.
No, that's cool.
I'm doing a lot of sewing.
I need to sew.
And I'm just glad that I can count it towards classes, because I have that show coming up.
Well, I did a sewing day, and I don't think I talked about it last time. I made a couple little, like, maybe, did I show them? I don't remember.
You showed up on Facebook, and I said, what are you sewing for? And then I said, I was, like, reading that over. I'm like, oh, that sounds like me. So I was like, not that you can't sew,
yeah,
but is there a reason you're sewing? You know, like, not that you're not allowed.
Well, I was sewing some for Katie. She had some fabric, so she wanted a few different bags for, like, cords and different stuff. But then, as long as I was doing it, I made a few, like, little notions pouches for swap gifts.
Cool.
Which, it was like 2 days before the end of term. If I would have just waited, I could have used it for classes, but whatever. I sewed for the fun of it. And I don't have them down here, so I can't show you.
The pictures, they looked cool.
Yeah, well.
Well, I wonder where Katie got that fabric.
I forget. I really don't know.
Okay.
Joann's or something.
That's cool. My joints. Yeah, it does. I lie. So, randomness. What's randomly going on in your life?
Well, I've been, for the past month, I have been sucked in the world of Harry Potter. More so than normal.
Okay. Did you see that look I was giving you? I was like...
Yeah. I was re-listening to all the books, right? So I finally finished the 6th and started Deathly Hallows. And I was like, all these new shows are starting, and I have like 10 to 15 shows per show of a couple, like, that I need to catch up on before it's too late and I just give up completely. So, I stopped listening, like, because that's what I do. Joe would be playing, like, Black Ops, Call of Duty stuff at night, and I'd have my earphones in and, like, knit. So I started watching, first I was watching, Teen Wolf.
Oh, I never got into that show.
It's a werewolf show. Anyway, so I got caught up on that. I think I had like 8 shows of that to watch. And then I just got caught up last night on The Vampire Diaries, the latest season. I don't know what number it is.
It's 4, because I've been watching it.
But that was all like, you know, like last
year,
like almost a year ago. Or not, maybe like half a year ago. Whatever. So
season.
Craziness, and I'm all caught up. And then I'm mad because you posted about the show The Originals, and I forgot to go looking for it, so I think I missed the first episode.
Here's a hint.
Online.
The CW puts the past 5 shows on their website.
So I will watch that tonight. Yeah. But I set a recording for it for future shows. So I'm excited about that. Oh, I also caught up on Revolution because the new season started. Two episodes I think we watched. Glee.
I took that out of my queue because I don't know how they're gonna do it
with Finn.
What's his name died.
The next show, which is the third one in, is gonna be he dies in the show, but it's like a memorial to him. I don't know. So I've been iffy about it for the last two to 3 seasons. Like, I love the first 2, and then I just kind of watched it because I like to sing when I'm by myself.
The last season when Finn broke up with what's her name and sent her off on the train. That's the one how it ended. What was that, season 2 or 3?
3 maybe, or 4. I don't know.
Okay. Well, after that, I was like, how is it gonna be Glee if it's all new people in high school? So I was like, I don't think
it's like a whole new crew with a couple of the old ones because they were younger, and then it's like others in New York. Like, there's, you know, they go back and forth. It's okay, but it's still like something I like to watch, so I watch it. I've also started watching Sleepy Hollow. Have you started watching that?
No, we don't have cable, so we only get stuff on Netflix.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
it's really good.
I like it. Really good.
I really like it, and there's a guy with an accent, so you know that's cool too.
Well, and I also, another new show that comes out that I wanted to see is the Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, because I love, like, Alice in Wonderland. But, again, we don't have cable, so.
I didn't start watching that one. I forgot about that.
Well, I think it starts tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's see.
At least that's what the ads on Facebook say.
Okay, so I need to catch up on Once Upon a Time. Okay. I think there's 2 episodes that I have not seen. I'm excited about The Heart of Dixie coming back out, which thanks to Carrie, or Mama Peg, for alerting me to that. Starting? Yes, I recorded it. And I'm very...
They just got season 2 on Netflix.
I'm very excited about The Walking Dead coming back next week, Sunday.
Okay, so I made a list of all the seasons that I need to catch up on. Like, it seems like every season has come up. And, of course, I am a season behind because, like I said, we only have Netflix. We don't have cable.
Yeah.
So, The Walking Dead season 2 came on Netflix.
You mean season 3?
Right, season 3, because season 1 was like 6 episodes. Okay, season 3 came on Netflix. But we've been waiting. I have to wait to watch it with my husband because it's like a show we watch together.
Yeah.
But we watched the first, 8 episodes at your house, remember, in 2 days?
Yeah.
So we started watching it, and I'm like, I remember this. Did Michonne kill that guy's kid yet? And he's like, what? Oh, we did watch that. And I'm like, yeah. So we, skipped the first, 7, and we're rewatching, 7 and 8. But, I'm waiting for him. He said I didn't have to, but I thought it would be nice. Not to mention the other shows that I have to watch to catch up on. Bones, Season 8. Vampire Diaries Season 4, which I actually watched, half of it. I'm, getting into the shows that I haven't watched yet.
Actually seen, yeah.
Yeah. And Heart of Dixie Season 2. Fringe Season 5 has been up for a couple of weeks, and I've been watching it, but it has gotten so dark, dark, that I have to, watch it and then wait a little bit because it's so, oh my gosh. So, yeah. And then Revenge Season 2, that's a good show. And then I started watching Call the Midwife last year, a couple months ago, when my book club read the book for book club, obviously. And I really liked it. And so the Season 2 came on, and I've been watching that. And then when I was watching that, Netflix suggested I watch this show called Bomb Girls.
Okay.
Really good. I finished that Season 2 already. I really like that one. And then if I need a laugh, I watch New Girl, which hilarious show.
Okay, so that show started back when I was recording Glee, one of the first or second seasons. And yeah. I'm so mad and kicking myself that I didn't start watching it from the beginning, because I would record Glee and then there'd be the first 3 minutes of New Girl on, and I'd sit there and watch it at the end of, and I'd only catch that much of the episode.
It's laugh out loud.
But it looked hilarious.
It's hilarious. Well, it's on Netflix, and you have Netflix.
I might start watching it then.
And I put that on, and I just sit there and I crack up, and hilarious. So, and then Heart of Dixie Season 2. Did I already mention that? Those are all the seasons that I have to catch up on. Not that I have to catch up on them, but I get to watch. But I'm kind of pacing myself because I go through Bones super fast and Fringe super fast. But like I said, Fringe got really dark this season.
Those are 2 that I haven't watched.
Oh my goodness, Bones.
Well, Bones, I watched the first season or part of the first season back when we had a hat challenge, the 24-hour hat challenge, and I literally watched it for 24 hours.
It gets even better.
So, I should. And I liked it. I just never got back into it.
So then...
Sorry.
No, that's all of my watching woes.
Okay.
Now, you must have liked something on Facebook, or someone in my knitting group. Not group, but knitting. I went through and organized my Facebook people,
wow.
And I have childhood friends, family friends, Germany friends, and then Ravelry people. So I have them separated so I can click on that list and see, because for a while there I was looking and I'd be like, oh, and then I would be like, that's weird, so I separated. I also have a Johnstown one. I separated it because I would be like, oh, there's a tornado coming, because you're reading everyone's stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's in, Kansas. That's one of my Ravelry friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't need to, run down to the basement or anything. So I separated everything, so I have,
That's cool.
Anyways. Someone liked Worsted for Wear. It's a comic strip. Oh, then it was you.
And I shared it with you.
Right. Well, you are in my family and my Ravelry people list.
Ooh.
So I see your stuff twice. So I went to that, and I know I used to read it a little bit.
Me too.
So I went all the way to the beginning, and I'm working my way through from the beginning. It's really funny.
Yeah. I have to say, I am sorry. I went through Facebook, and I'm like, oh, that person knits, and I invited everyone to that page. So if you got that and you don't want that, I'm sorry. I normally don't do that kind of thing, but I really like that comic strip, so I thought
it's funny. But I really like the one I laughed really hard with the husband's from the very beginning, the one redhead is in there. She's it's the one thing she's like, I don't remember knitting these last 2 rows. It's like they're knitting themselves. And then she gets up and leaves, and then it shows her husband, like, looking to see if she's gone, and then he's knitting. He's like, no one must know. I'm like, dude, you know how much knitting I would get done if my husband would knit for me?
Right? That would be awesome.
So, yeah. But it's really good. And if you are wondering what we're talking about and Jessica didn't send you to like that on Facebook, I'm going to link it in the show notes. So
it's funny.
So then we were at a friend's house on Sunday, and we go over there pretty much every Sunday. It's like friends that I made after getting married, but they were friends of Andy's in high school.
Okay.
And like after we got married, we would go over there, and they have kids the same age as our girls. Like they had babies the same. They got married earlier too. So now that we live here, we're able to go over there, and we try to go like for football season. Like I said, we don't have cable, so they have cable. So we go over there and watch football with them on Sundays, and our kids all entertain each other. So it's kind of nice. Anyway, so we were over there, and they have the cutest little girl. She's 4, and she talks a lot. Like, you think Bella talks, she talks more. And she asks a million questions. And she loves measuring tapes, because every time I go over there, I didn't make the mistake. The first time, one of the times we went over there, when she was, like, older, she was, like, always wants to look in my knitting bag and stuff, so I just give her my measuring tape, because I have a bunch of them.
Yeah. And
then she would play with it, you know, because I don't know what it is about those retractable measuring tapes, but kids love them.
They're cool.
Right. So I had given her one a couple of months ago, and she took it somewhere, and I was like, no big deal, because I have a bunch of them. And every time she's like, we found it, but it was broken, or we found it, and then we lost it again. You know, so this week she was like, we found it, but it's broken. I'm like, that's okay, it was broken. No big deal. Well, she's always like asking me about my knitting, and I was knitting my sweater, my order mission, and she's like, what are you knitting? I'm like, oh, sweater. Is it for me? No, it's for me. Oh, well, I want one in purple. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, when's your birthday? And she's like, she told me, and I was like, okay. So I got an order from her. She's 4 years old. I have to make her a purple sweater.
How cute.
And I was like, well, do you want it to button up or zip up? Or do you want to pull it over your head with the hood? She's like, I would like to pull it over my head with the hood. And it has to be purple. And then she was trying to get me to make one for her younger brother in Captain America colors. So it was funny. And then she was like, I want a monster too. And I'm like, well, I can make you a small monster, but, you know, a sweater takes a little bit of time to knit. And she's like, okay. And then I was like, actually, I was thinking of covering measuring tape, because I have a measuring tape owl pattern.
Okay.
Like, you cover the measuring tape, and then the tail pulls, and it's the measuring tape.
Is that a free Ravelry pattern?
No, it's a pattern I had on my wish list, and someone gave it to me for my birthday like a year or two ago. I think it was Laura Linneman, actually.
That's sweet.
Also known as Lala, which I thought was super nice that she gave me a present for my birthday.
It is.
But it's like Hilda the Measuring Tape Owl, I think is the name. I'll link to it. If I type it out, I will link to it. Okay, I will link to it now. But, so she was like, oh, I want that instead of a monster. So I've got to make her one of those. But her birthday's not till February, so I have time.
Yeah.
But it was just funny, because a lot of people are like, oh, I want a sweater. You know, and then they're like, if I were to buy a sweater from you, how much would it cost? And when you actually tell them, they, like, freak out. But for, like, little kids, I'm like, I can make you one for a present.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy it from me, but I'll make it for you, so.
Yeah.
But she's really sweet. She's one of those kids, like, even if it's her brother's or her sister's birthday, and they're opening a present, she's sitting next to him being like, she's like the best person to give
super
presents
excited.
to. She's like super excited for anything. And then she'll be like, that is fantastic. She's so sweet. So yeah.
She sounds cool.
Yeah, she is cool. So then, I have more. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out what to make for my swap partners, but I think your idea of doing hand spun is a good idea. I think I will go with that. Are you making them something else too?
Project bags.
Crochet? Oh, okay. I can do that too.
Totally copying me.
I totally am.
Copycat. I was thinking of making a scarf for one of my people as well. But that person is not getting the sock yarn. That person is getting a bulky hand spun that I shall spin.
The one person I have lives in a warm area, so I didn't want to make anything. I was thinking of like maybe like a shawl, but I was looking at my. I should have had time to make a shawl for that person. But for my other swap, I wasn't sure, and I was looking through her projects, and I don't know. I think I might do hand spun and project bag. Well, I was already thinking for my other one making a smaller project bag because they said they needed smaller ones.
Did I say that the scarf is going to be woven?
No.
It is.
Well, yay, then we'll have a weaving section finally.
I know.
So, yeah. Can I just say, my kids are insane. So, Madison, okay, so they go to a cyber school. So
right.
They have like a messaging program through their school. Like they can message other kids in their school. So Madison's been getting, and here's the thing though, they copy the messages that they get to the parents.
Okay. Like, so you can read it.
Yeah. Well, it's
That's
fine, except for
annoying
when
stuff.
you open your thing on Monday morning, because I check my mail every day. When you open it and you have 132 messages. Madison is 14 and she's getting messages from her friends. And the one like loves this boy. So I was teasing Madison about it this morning because she was like, "Oh, I just stared into his beautiful eyes." Not Madison, her friend. And I was just laughing. And she was not sure if she should tell him because she has a crush on him. She's not sure. And so I was teasing Madison. I'm like, you should just, because I don't get the full sides of the conversation. I just get what they get coming in.
Oh, okay.
And most of them are like, "Hey, what's up?" And I keep telling them, I get these, right? Stop sending stupid messages. I don't mind the juicy gossip ones, but the stupid hey are dumb. So, no, but it's fine. So then Bella, her birthday is coming up, and she'll be 9. So, I went to Amazon and ordered, this is what she told me she wanted. Now, Bella is the one who talks and talks and talks. She's like, I would like nunchucks that don't break. Because she got some nunchucks from the Dollar Tree, and they broke because they were plastic.
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah. So she was like, nunchucks that don't break. And maybe a ninja suit. This is how she said it. And maybe a ninja suit. And then she wants Spider-Man gloves that shoot out webs. And then she's like, and a dolphin stuffed animal. And Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. That's what she told me. So we went to Walmart, and luckily it's Halloween time, so we got her like a ninja suit.
Yeah.
And nunchucks, but they might break. But we got these cool swords with a backpack sword, ninja swords. So we got her those, and then I went on Amazon, and those Diary of a Wimpy Kids are like $10 a book because they're hardcovers.
Oh, okay.
So we went online to Amazon, and they have a million of them for like a penny. So you pay like $4 because with shipping. And 2 of them I got from the same place, so I should get money back on the shipping.
I was going to say, I got a box set from the Scholastic book order things. I don't think
but see, if you order that, it comes through the school, and she knows what she's getting.
Well, you can, I don't know how it works with you. But, like, I can write a note to the teacher and say we don't want it.
I guess. I think it would probably just come straight to us. I don't know how that works. It's different with their school. So.
Right, I figured that.
But, Bella, I made her go through the 10-12 clothes so she could get out the next size. Because she's really tall, so she's wearing size 10.
Yeah.
Length. So in there, she found some like training bras of Madison's. So she's been wearing them. Okay, you know Bella. She's like tall and skinny. She's 9.
Yeah.
Or she's 8. She doesn't need it, but she's been wearing them, and then she's like playing with it all the time, like it's itchy or whatever. And I'm like, you don't have to wear that. Yeah, I do. It was in the box. And I was like, no, you don't. I'm like, you really don't need to. But she's been wearing them. It's so funny.
That's crazy.
It's just horrible. So yeah, but that's all my craziness that's happening at my stinking house.
My kids have been crazy too, but we won't talk about that.
Anything else crazy going on at yours?
Yeah, so ladies brunch is a thing my church does, which if you've been with us long, you have heard me talk about it last year. But they serve a brunch to women, about 450 people. Well, it's like the first week of December. It's like a Christmas type thing. So I got a message saying that they needed the recipes before they start selling tickets for this event.
Oh.
Which, is fine. But she needed the recipe. I got a message on Sunday night. Or was it Sunday night. And she needed the recipes by Tuesday. And she's like, I'm sorry, I know it's short notice, blah, blah, blah. Which I get that. And any normal person would probably be like, okay, and type it up. Well, half of the things I was making, I made up the recipe. Like, it was just in my head. So I had to, on Monday, went and bought all the ingredients and, had to make the soup and the stuffed bread, which was phenomenal, if I do say so myself. No, the rolls I made were think cinnamon rolls, but with cheese and roasted zucchini and caramelized onions and stuff, and then you roll it up like you would, and then you slice it and flip them over on a pan and bake them so they kind of look like cinnamon rolls. Cool. They were awesome. So anyway, and then a few other things. So I had to make all that on Monday, which I was exhausted by the end of the day. But I wrote it all down and got it all out and ready. But I'm like, that is coming up quick, which means Christmas is coming up quick too, which is insane. But yeah. So I'm kind of, I'm glad I got the recipes, and I had to take a picture of the food because they put it on, the flyer they have out, with the recipes and stuff. But yeah. So I'm kind of, not nervous, but it always makes me anxious, and it's stressful. But yet fun. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. Oh, also, who's heard about Spinzilla?
I have.
Yeah, before a week ago?
Oh, yeah, kind of. Why?
Because it would have been fun to join. I'm mad. Oh. So I see all these hashtags on Instagram of Spinzilla, and I'm like, what is this? It sounds amazing.
I think I looked into it. You had to pay to join it.
Like $10.
Oh, I thought it was more. I didn't look into it.
I went and looked. It was $10 per person, and
it's probably like Tour de Fleece, but Spinzilla through Spinoff or whatever.
Well, it is it's through the Spinning Guilds of America Association or whatever. But it's a week long, and each team can have 25 members, and they had to see how much yarn or how much yardage they could spin in that week. And it just looked like a lot of fun, and I'm like, dude. I mean, I was totally busy today and yesterday, so it wouldn't have worked for me anyways. But I'm like, next year we're totally doing it.
Okay.
Totally.
Well, yeah, I saw that. I saw stuff about it a long time ago, to tell you the truth, a couple of months. Sorry. I just kind of wrote it off they're trying to be like Tour de Fleece, but charging us money. Not cool.
I totally miss Tour de Fleece. Like, I love it.
I know, I do too, but part of the reason I like it is you don't have to pay for it. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
you just get to do it.
Well, they need to make it, like, twice a year then, because
Yeah.
I need more reasons to spin.
Well, I mean, yeah. I wonder if we could talk to the powers that be at Tour de Fleece if we could do, like, a winter month one. You know, because, like, in December, you need a month off of just spinning and not, like...
Knitting for Christmas? It'd be January. You should do it for January.
Yeah. Maybe we could start our own.
Yeah.
That's a cool name. And we'll call it the Tour de Fleece knockoff. Or something. You know what I mean? Like, just do it like that.
Yeah. No, I just love that sort of thing. So, anyways, I want to do it next year. That's all I'm saying. But I think that's it.
Cool. So, so you're making ham and potato soup for your thingy.
Yes. And like a chunky one. And it has like carrot, celery, onion also in it. And, either cannellini or Great Northern beans.
Oh,
so it's like a real hearty thing.
So is that the one you made when we had that ham and potato soup cook-off?
I don't know.
It's
maybe.
like
I kind of just, soups are like something that I love to make, and I don't follow a recipe. I kind of just make them. So
yeah, it's like soup season. So I made butternut squash soup the other day, and then yesterday I made taco soup, but chicken taco, not like taco.
Yeah.
Chicken taco. Because I had made fajitas the other day, and the thing about leftovers, the kids don't really eat them.
Yeah.
So I just put the chicken into a soup. And so, yeah. But,
I love soups.
No, because remember that one time when we were there, was it around Christmas time? And we're like,
it must have been.
Let's make potato soup. And
yes.
You made it like with a broth kind, and we made the creamy kind.
They were both good.
Yeah. And then who mixed them? Which was totally
probably
gross.
Dad.
Yeah, that's totally gross. I think it was Joe.
Or Joe.
So, yeah. That's the fun things we do when we get together. We have cook-offs.
Yeah, they're fun.
Not really, because that was the only time we ever did that.
But still.
Other than that, we just, have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I love soups. So I'm making that, and then the savory rolls, and then cardamom carrots, which is a recipe of Katie's. She does it with me. We're like head of the kitchen. Yeah. And that's a recipe her family does from like Thanksgiving-ish, and really simple and easy, but good. And
I don't
then
like carrots, so
what?
Oh, I don't like cooked carrots.
Oh, well, then whatever. No, but you have butter and brown sugar and then cardamom, and you like toss it in them.
That sounds good.
And they're just like blanched, so they're not like super soggy or anything. Even though you don't have to like them, but they're good. Anyways, and then I made a ganache that I whipped and then piped into little paper baking cups, like cupcake cup wrappers. And I did like a little circle of it, and then I filled it with a raspberry compote. So good. So good. So that's it. But
that sounds really good.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything like super fun this week. We rented the new Monster High movie from Redbox and watched it. And can I say, I kind of just love the Monster High. Like, the cartoons kind of annoy me, but the dolls I love.
I was saying, I haven't seen it. Chloe went to a birthday party last week or a week or two ago, and it was Monster High themed. And she's like, I don't have any Monster High stuff. Like, because you could wear your favorite Monster High gear. But her cousin on here had a shirt, so she went and borrowed it. But then, like, for the past week and a half, like, her and Leah have been playing Monster High, and, like, I'm blah, 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 blah. So, I think maybe for Christmas they might get a doll.
The dolls are totally awesome. I love them.
Chloe wants Frankie.
Go to monsterhigh.com. They can watch little shorts. They're, like, 15 minutes, maybe 10, so they can watch them. I mean, they're about high schoolers, but they're like monsters. And can I just say, Cleo Denial is a total snob. I can't stand her.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I just love it. So that's all we did this week. Like, we watched that. It's finally gotten colder.
Yeah.
Like, it was hot last week. Like, so hot that I was mad because we had taken our air conditioning out of our windows. And it was so hot, like, we couldn't sleep. It was so hot.
We've had, like, really nice fall days, and then, like, days of, like, 80. And I'm like, really? Can we just stay in fall? I'm loving it.
Now it's cold. And I like it. So, like, I'm wearing a sweater and socks and everything. I love it. So, yeah. But now I think we're just rambling.
Right.
So, we hope you come back next week.
Yes.
Where we'll talk about more stuff. So, until next week, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.